Oh, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Wake up, turn your headphones up, because we got this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cobold, joined by Max Faulkner. Max, we are sitting here on March 6th. Conference tournaments are going. How are you feeling right now?
Sweaty from excitement, not from being nervous. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't be more ecstatic. What? The Horizon started. The Horizon League tournament started. The Sun Belt start tonight. I think Sun Belt start tonight.
I believe maybe yesterday or today, but the A-Sun started.
A-Sun started yesterday or Monday.
You got the top seed Eastern Kentucky going down. Lipscomb also going down.
Lipscomb went down here in Tennessee.
Both teams that we picked for that went down in their first games. So madness is upon us.
Already starting.
What else is going on, my guy? We got a juicy episode tonight, but I want to hear from you first.
Man, not too much is happening. It's been rainy. We went for a nice hike over the weekend. Cold breezy. We went on this gorgeous hike. Guess what I freaking saw? I saw, what? You going to guess?
Nah, I'll give you I don't know if there's any moose in Tennessee. But
no moose. What about in Canada? Wait, you think I'm in freaking Canada?
There's moose out here in Colorado. There's moose in Colorado.
Dude, saw a freaking eagle. An eagle.
Very nice.
Tennessee has eagles, and he had a gigantic nest. This is out in nature, everybody. We didn't go to no freaking zoo. This eagle is out in nature.
Hell yeah.
Building a nest.
Wild.
And then we saw herons, which is basically a stork, like a stork-like bird. 4 of them nesting. Unbelievable. Turtles are flopping out of the water on these gigantic stumps. I think I saw, driving home, cold breezy. We have freaking condors out here. You know what a freaking condor is? It's a freaking big ass bird. It's a turkey. It's a freaking turkey, wild turkey that can fly. All right, because turkeys can't fly. Condors can fly.
Condors can.
It made me nervous seeing that thing. At first, I thought it was a crow, and I was like, "That's too big to be a crow." And I was like, "That's a fucking condor." It was on the sidewalk. It was walking on the sidewalk, just like a normal person.
Wow. Who would have thought so much wildlife there in Tennessee? What part of Tennessee was that again?
Nashville, right here. We're located in Nashville, and when you go to the mountainous areas, oh my goodness, it's just so gorgeous. I cannot believe the animal life out here, unreal. But Cole Breezy, let's talk about sports. What has been going on with you, man? What is up?
That's awesome that you saw that much in one day, though. That's cool. The wildlife there in Tennessee, that's cool. Not a lot going on over here, but basketball, man. That's all I'm thinking about right now. You know, call me a queef, but I'm thinking about it when I wake up and until I go to bed. Call me a queef. It's March. It's my favorite month. Birthday's coming up here in a couple of weeks. Springtime's coming. Cheek slapping season's coming. So it's the best time of the year. March Madness, it's here, baby.
Did you say cheek slapping season?
Cheek slapping season. You know, it's coming here quick. Get ready.
You're just gonna slap people across the face? Is that what you mean? Smacking people on the ass? Is that what you mean?
Whatever way you want to slap them. Okay, you slap them how you want to slap them.
Okay, backhand or front hand? Both.
Both, yeah, combo.
I guess
combo.
whatever you're interested in, apparently.
Combo. But I've been taking in some good amount of college basketball here in the Denver, Colorado area. And I had to go see the Denver Pioneers last Thursday night. That's not sleep. Okay, DU right here downtown. About 10 minutes from the house, okay? Real close. Division I, Summit League. Okay, the Pioneers.
Summit, okay.
Now, you might be asking me, why would I go see Denver? Okay, why am I wasting my time on this? Denver is host to the nation's leading scorer in Division I basketball.
What?
The nation's leading scorer in Division I basketball.
And who would that
for the Denver Pioneers?
Oh, who the hell is that?
Senior guard Tommy Bruner. Nobody's talking about this guy. I think.
No.
First time you heard of him, Max?
He's not even on the top 10 top 25 Wooden Watch list.
No.
Leading the league in Points?
Leading the nation in points at 24.5 points per game, just over your guy, Zach Edey. Okay, barely
Don't
got
sleep
your
on
guy.
that. We'll
Okay?
be talking about him later, everybody. Oh, yeah, Zach Edey.
But I went to this game on Thursday. They played a Summit League foe, the Kansas City Roos, not the Kangaroos, Max. We got all these Cougars, all these Tigers, all these Wildcats. We got the Kansas City Roos.
Now
Okay,
we're talking.
respect.
Yes, I like that.
I even looked into it. No, it's not the Kangaroos. It's the Roos. Okay,
is their mascot a kangaroo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But Tommy Bruner in this game, he had 31 points. Okay,
Ooh.
he was 8 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from deep. And 11 for 13 from the line. 11
Pretty
for 13
damn good.
from the line. But you don't hear about this guy because Denver's not doing much, Max. No other starter in this game had more than 5 points. Bruner isn't getting any help. No other starter had more than 5 points in this game, Max.
Yeah.
They lost 84-69 to these Roos. They lost by 15 at home on senior night. Tommy Bruner's senior night, lose by 15. Denver right now, the Pioneers, they're 15-16 overall, 6-10 in the Summit. They need a magical wish here in the Summit League tournament to make the dance.
Anything can happen. Maybe this. What's his name? Broom.
Tommy Bruner.
Bruner. Tommy Bruner. Maybe this guy just goes off scoring like 40 points a game and they win the Horizon. Summit.
A little, maybe a Kemba Walker magical run here.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe. I like that. But Denver's not UConn, so let's settle down. Let's definitely settle down.
Let's pump the brakes. But then on Sunday, went to the Colorado Buffs game, senior night. I was watching tickets all weekend. Came down to $19. I'm gonna go see a Pac-12 game for $19.
Nice.
17th row. Both these games I went to with my guy Will. You remember Will from AFC North Pod?
Oh yeah.
Went to both of these games with Will, my guy. But the Buffs got this big win over Stanford. They needed this one. Couldn't lose this one. They're, on the bubble, definitely before this one. They win by 10, 81-71. KJ Simpson, he was hot. 22 points, 5 of 9 from 3. He was stroking it. But Max, I want to introduce you to a guy. Now, when Zach and I went to the Arizona game, Zach really liked this guy. Okay, so this is Zach's boy. By the name, freshman, Bangat Dak. 6'11", 180 pounds.
Oh, my goodness.
6'11", 180 pounds.
No wonder why Zach liked him.
Yeah. Freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska. This guy can block shots. He can run the floor. He can finish. Look out for Bangat Dak next year in the Pac-12, Max.
Oh, okay. I will definitely keep my eyes out. Colorado, they got to make a run in this Pac-12 tournament. They're on the bubble. They are not for sure in there right now.
I gotta agree with that, Max. What are they? 21-9, I want to say.
Sounds about right. It might be 20-9. It might be 20-10. They might have 10 losses.
20-9.
Okay.
Sitting tied in third in Pac-12.
I think they can slip in there, but they might be that 11 seed that plays on Tuesday or Wednesday.
At Dayton? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I can see that. Moving into the biggest highlight of the week. This week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we got breaking news out of college basketball.
Oh, my, what?
Caitlin Clark has passed Pistol Pete Maravich to become the all-time leading scorer in the history of college basketball, men's or women's. Clark passed Maravich in number 3 Iowa's 93-83 victory over number 2 Ohio State on Sunday.
Yeah.
She now has 3,685 career points. Max, I know we talked about Caitlin Clark 2 weeks ago. What do you got for me tonight on this stud from Iowa?
Man, Caitlin Clark she's a ball player, man. She is a ball player. So if you didn't watch the game or you didn't see the highlights, her point, the one point that how she surpassed Pistol Pete Maravich was by hitting a technical foul free throw. Okay. You know what I loved about this accomplishment so much, Cole Breezy? Is because how she celebrated after hitting that free throw. She handed the ball to the ref, then she went over to her teammates and said, let's get back to work. All right. She ended up scoring 35 points with 6 assists, 9 rebounds that game. And as you already said, they took down number 2 Ohio State. Okay. That's a big, big win on the road, by the way. Now, when asked at halftime how she felt about breaking the record, this is what she said. Wasn't on my mind, but when they announced it and everybody screamed, it was pretty cool, but a pretty good half for us. And then she went on to explain what is necessary for her team to do in the second half so they can hold on to the win. Dude, what a humble basketball player. That's exactly what she is, a basketball player. No showboating, no selfishness, no bling, only focused on what she can do to improve her teammates so they can get the win. Frickin' love it. Frickin' love it. What else do you got to say, Cole Breezy?
Caitlin Clark, she's the star of college basketball right now, the face of the game. She's currently averaging 32.3 points per game. The Big Ten women's tournament started today, Max,
Oh,
okay? She's got 3,685 points. Can she get to 4,000?
oh my. I think she can. I definitely think that she can get there. This girl's averaging over 32 points a game. And there's been games where she's got over 40. This girl's outstanding. An outstanding ball player, Cole Breezy. Now, what I'm going to say next, though, I know is going to be controversial.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I know.
Whoa,
All
whoa,
right.
whoa. Careful.
Now, Cabrera, we've talked about this on the podcast multiple times. I've heard the same topic on other sports podcast shows, and before you yell at me and call me a misogynist, just let me get it off my chest. All right. Caitlin Clark beat Pistol Pete's record. She did it. Okay. She beat the points record. But did she really? Because this is why. Hold on. Pistol Pete had no 3-point line and only played 3 seasons and still was the all-time leading scorer. Do you know how many greats went and played in college with a 3-pointer and couldn't break that record?
Yeah.
Just to name some names, Cole Breezy, I'm sure all of you know these ones. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Ray Allen, Vince Carter. I mean, the list goes on. Okay, because no one else surpassed Pete Maravich. Okay, but you could basically name any player in the NBA, and you're gonna be like, oh well, yeah, I guess you're right. Do we understand how impressive Pistol Pete's record was? So here's all I have to say. Maybe we should have ranking categories with the 3-point line and without the 3-point line.
Before and after.
Yeah, the before and after stat. Okay, if Pistol Pete had a 3-point line, dude, this guy might have scored 10,000 points. I mean, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but he probably would have at least doubled it.
Sure,
I mean,
sure,
right?
I can agree. I can attest to that. Sure.
So, I mean, Cole Breezy, back me up here. I mean, this takes nothing away from Caitlin Clark. She is a baller, dude.
She's number 1.
I actually love watching her play. I actually like seeing her play because this girl could, like, she's outstanding, and again, a humble basketball player. But come on, come on. There was no 3-point line during Pistol Pete area, so it's kind of a different record to me.
I hear what you're saying. I would say don't take away from Caitlin Clark just because she's playing in 2023 or 2024, whereas
of course
Maravich played back then. She's still the record holder, still number 1. But yeah, Pistol Pete, 3 years, no 3-point line. That's what we're gonna remember. Pistol Pete. I mean, there was no one like him. I mean,
No.
baller.
Yes. Yes.
Max, I'm gonna switch up the schedule on you a little bit here.
Oh man.
Okay, keep you on your toes because that's yep. We're gonna skip a little bit here, move a little bit forward. I'll explain why later. But let's go to our Max Abmas watch. We got to
Okay.
talk about our guy from Texas, the guard, climbing up the all-time college basketball scoring list. Since we last talked last Wednesday, the Longhorns of Texas, they hosted Oklahoma State on Saturday, got the W 81-65. Max Abmas, he had 15 points, 5 of 10 shooting from the floor, 3 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line. Come back, they go to Waco, Texas, and play Baylor on Monday. Big halftime lead. They gave it up. They lost 93-85. But oh boy, Max Abmas was cooking. He was cooking. He had a game and season high 33. Uh-oh.
Nice.
13 of 21 from the floor, 4 of 10 from deep, 3 of 3 from the line. After this big game, Max Abmas has now passed St. Peter's Kedron Clark, Texas Southern's Harry Kelly,
Oh.
and South Dakota State's Mike Dom, the Dominator. Max Abmas is now sitting at number 8.
Wow.
All-time leading college basketball scorer with 3,070 excuse me, 3,072 career points. He needs 79 points to pass our guy Dougie McBuckets. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. I first said I think he can do it. You've been on, nah, screw him. He's not. Last regular season game Saturday at home against Oklahoma. He's guaranteed at least 3 more games, one in the Big 12, and I think Texas is in the tournament, so they're getting another postseason game, maybe even in the NIT, whatever. If they don't make the dance, I think they're in there though.
Yeah.
Max Abmas has at least 3 more games. Can he get 79 points to pass Dougie McBuckets?
Oh man, that's a lot. You say, oh, 3 games. Yeah, you could do that. You could. I mean, 79 divided by 3. You do that math. We're at
If he gets another game, if he gets
15,
a fourth game,
six,
going 20 a game if he gets a 4th game here. If he wins one in the postseason, they win their first round Big 12 game, they get a 4th game here. 20 a game, he's going to do it. What do you think?
Nah, that's tough. Big 12 is so good. Who knows? Maybe they're getting matched up with Houston right off the bat. Okay, he ain't scoring 20 against Houston. I'll tell you right now. Okay, so, I guess it depends on matchups. I'm rooting for him. For him. I think he's a hell of a college player.
I'm rooting for him too.
Man, the Big 12 is tough. They're really tough, and it's not going to help his cause. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he doesn't get it. He's 8th all time. Congratulations to that. You're in the top 10.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Max Abmas.
Past 3 guys. Yeah. Past 3 guys in one game.
But yeah, I don't think he's getting past Dougie McDermott.
I'm gonna think that he's got some March magic left in him. He was that 15 seed for Oral Roberts, knock off the 2 Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's been here, done that. I think he could go maybe on a run in the Big 12 tournament to improve the Longhorn seed here. I think he's gonna pass Dougie McBuckets and go into 7th all time leading scorer in the history of college basketball.
Damn. Very generous of you, Cobrizi. Very generous.
Max, let's get into our Wooden Award player profiles. This is the last week we're going to do this, okay?
Wow.
This is guys number 24 through 27. No specific order, but we saved 3 of these guys definitely for last. But 27 guys this is going to end up being. That's a lot of Wooden Award players, Max.
Yeah. It's I can't believe we come down to the end, but we did this last year, and I loved everything about it. I love looking up stats of all the players and seeing the best guys in the league. It's been nothing but fun. So let's keep it going, Cobrizi.
It'll be a yearly thing for sure.
Yes, no doubt about it.
First guy I want to profile this week for the Wooden Award player profiles is my guy from the Kansas Jayhawks, small forward Kevin McCullough Jr.
Nice.
6'7", 210-pound, 5th-year senior from San Antonio, Texas. Let's not forget he spent his first 3 years at Texas Tech, so he transfers in conference, comes to Kansas. This season, he's leading the Big 12 in scoring at 19.1 points per game.
Nice.
The last 3 years, his points, 10.7, 10.1, 10.4. We're thinking maybe he's just a role player, a guy that's That's his ceiling, 10 points. He bumps it up to 19.1 right now, leading the conference. That's some great improvement right there,
No
Max.
doubt about that.
He's hitting the boards, 6.2 a game. That's 12th in the Big 12. 4.3 assists. He's creating a little bit. He's a secondary ball handler for DeJuan Harris. 4.3 assists per game. That's a career high and tied for
It's
8th
good.
in the Big 12. Previous career high was 3.1 assists, so bump that up over a whole assist this year. Averaging 1.6 steals a game. We know he can lock people down. That's tied for 8th in the Big 12. Shooting 46% from the floor, 81% from the line. That's a career high, and a career high from 3, 34%. He's really improved his shot. It wasn't anything before this year. 34% career high. Kevin McCullough has scored in double figures in all 25 games this year. All 25 games he's played, double figures.
Wow.
He had a career high 34 points against Yale to go along with 6 boards and 4 assists in that game. And let's not forget, early in the season, Kevin McCullough had back-to-back triple doubles against Kentucky.
Oh, that's a big one.
Against Kentucky, he had 12 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. And then against Chaminade in the first round of the Maui, 22 points, 11 boards, and 10 assists.
Division II.
It counts. It counts. 22, 11, and 10 against those Chaminade Silver Swords. The Silver Swords of Chaminade. Yeah.
Cool name.
Yeah. Kevin McCullough, he's the best player on Kansas, and we see when he's missing, he missed 5 out of 8 games in that stretch there, and Kansas dropped him. Kansas dropped him. Okay, he's the best player on the team. Hunter Dickinson puts up big numbers too. Man, he's great. I love him. Kevin McCullough, he's a two-way stud. I think he can play in the NBA, both sides of the floor. Kansas needs him to have any success in March. Max, what do you think about Kevin McCullough, and do you think he can be healthy here in March?
Oh, man, I hope so. You don't, going into the dance, you don't hope that a team doesn't have their best players, and McCullough's fun to watch. He's got a great jump shot. I watched him this Saturday, and this guy can really play. Kansas needs this guy. You already said. They need him. Otherwise, Kansas might get booted out of the first round without him. I'll tell you right now.
Ooh, first round?
Without McCullough, I wouldn't put my money on it. I wouldn't. But maybe round of 32. How about that? I'll put money on round of 32 without McCullough.
If we don't know Kevin McCullough, he's got a bone bruise on his knee, something that's been aggravating. He comes back and plays, and then he has to sit out, and then he comes back and plays, and then he has to sit out. So something that maybe he's not really sure what's going on. Bill Self isn't sure. So any March success for the Jayhawks comes from Kevin McCullough, no doubt.
Yes.
Who is your first guy you want to profile this week, Maxwell?
Okie dokie. Breezy. Let's talk about Janai Broom, junior forward. Junior. Oh my! I thought this guy was a senior. This guy's 6'10", 240 pounds.
Beef.
Oh, big boy, big boy. This guy's averaging 16.4 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game. That's 858th. 2 assists per game, modest. 54.9% shooting from the field goal percentage. That's 54th in the nation. His 3-point percentage is at 36.4, so a 6'10" big man that could shoot the 3, pretty good. Yeah, now here's where you definitely like, ooh, what a head scratcher. Okay, it's a head scratcher. What the hell's going on here? Free throw percentage, 59.2.
Whoa.
In the dance, I'll tell you right now, this guy gets the ball, you might as well just try to foul him. Okay, because he's going to go to the line, and it looks like he's making one, missing the other. Blocks per game, 2.3 per game. This guy plays defense, Cole Breezy, ranked 15th in the nation. I mean, Janai Broom he's one hell of a player. This guy first played for Morehead State, which is, it's one of ththose Cinderella teams that squeezes into the dance and upsets teams.
Fareed, right?
Kenneth Fareed. The last time that they upset a team was number 4 seed Louisville back in 2011. And that's how they put their name on the map. That's how everyone started to understand who actually Morehead State was. But Janai's not on Morehead State, so let's move it on. He's on Bruce Pearl's Auburn Tigers. And they are a damn good team this season. Oh, my. They currently sit 3rd in the SEC and plan to make a run in this year's SEC tournament. Hey, it's coming up next week. Cannot freaking wait. I'm jacked up for it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I know. I got red. I got red in the face.
Whoa.
When you look at their 7 losses this season, you kind of just like shrug your shoulders, right? Because you're not, I mean, it's really not that bad. 5 of their losses were on the road, and their worst loss was on the road against Appalachian State. Now, hold on, Cole Bracey. Hold on. Okay, I know you're jumping out of your seat. You're like, oh, dude, that's a bad loss. Okay. Before you throw your hands in the air and you yell, queef, let's not sleep on the Appalachian State Mountaineers as a potential Cinderella sleeper in March Madness. They currently sit on top of the Sun Belt with a 26-5 record. Was it a bad loss for Auburn? 26-5.
A solid team. That's a solid team.
Now, Johni Broome is proving himself to be one of the most dynamic power forwards in college basketball. I mean, a guy that not only has a great offensive game, but has the athleticism and determination to play hard defense and block that ball until the 4th row for the fans to fight over it.
Whoa.
Can Auburn make at least a Sweet 16? With Johni Broome as the big dog? It's no doubt in my mind, Cole Breezy. What do you think about Johni Broome?
Johni Broome was one of those guys, along with Deron Holmes, that was added to the late season Wooden Award watch list, and rightfully so. He's balling for Auburn. Auburn's having a good year. They're having a good year, like you said, 23-7. SEC's good, and he's looking like he's going to be first team All SEC. And coming from Morehead State, I feel like that's a recurring theme for this list this year. Max, is a lot of guys coming from mid-major programs.
Yep.
Transferring to these bigger schools, and now they're expanding their games and flourishing. So
yeah,
same goes for Johni Broome and Auburn Tigers and Bruce Pearl. They're gonna be a factor here in March.
I think so too.
My next guy I want to profile for the Wooden Award player profiles is big man from the Kansas Jayhawks, Hunter Dickinson. 7'2", 260-pound senior from Alexandria, Virginia. Spent his first 3 years at Michigan. Let's not forget, banging with your boy Zach Edey in the Big Ten. He said he came to Kansas because he thought Bill Self could better prepare him for an NBA career and the opportunity to earn more NIL money. This season, Hunter Dickinson, he's averaging 18.2 points per game. That is second in the Big 12 behind his teammate, McCullough. He's averaging 11 rebounds. That's a career high. That leads the Big 12 by over 3 boards per game.
Damn.
He leads the Big 12 by over 3 boards per game. That 11 boards per game is 7th nationally. 2.2 assists per game from the big man. That's a career high. 1 steal per game. That's a career high. 1.4 blocks per game. That's tied for 6th in the Big 12. Shooting 55% from the floor, 34% from deep. Was really stroking it in the non-conference play. Big 12 play, it's coming a lot back down, come back down to earth. And but here, just like what you had with Johni Broome, the free throw percentage, Max, head scratching here for Hunter Dickinson. He's shooting 65%. That's a career low.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, he shot 73, 80, and 74. So what are we doing down in 65 right now, Big Dick? That ain't gonna get it done. Okay. He's also averaging career lows in free throw makes per game and free throw attempts per game. I don't know what that says. What do you think, Max? Getting more whistles in the Big 10 than the Big 12? Is he being less aggressive for Kansas than he was Michigan? What do you think?
I think it's because he's not the big dog on Michigan. The big dog is McCullough. Okay, and then what we were seeing is that when McCullough is out, Big Dick didn't step up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
think he's being soft. Sorry, I think he was soft when McCullough was hurt. He needed to step up, put up some big games. He wasn't doing it.
Big Dick, he's had a couple big games this year, and more than I actually thought when I went back and looked at it. Just reading off a couple stat lines from him this season. Last night against Kansas State, he had 15 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Okay. At Oklahoma, 20 points, 16 boards, 4 assists. At Iowa State, 20 points, 15 boards, 4 assists. Against Oklahoma, 24 points, 14 boards, 5 blocks. Against TCU, 30 and 11. Against Wichita State, 22, 13, and 4 assists. and 2 more here against Tennessee over in Maui. 17 points, 20 boards, and against Kentucky in that Champions Classic, 27 points, 21 rebounds. Ooh. Those are some big numbers. A couple 20 big rebound numbers. Games in there, a couple 5-block games. He's getting assists. He's averaged over 18 points and 8 boards for 3 straight years. That's some solid numbers right there. He needs to improve his defense. You know, he gets brought away from the basket. He's a little uncomfortable. You can tell. You know, he only averages 1.4 blocks per game at 7'2". That's not a lot. Tied a career high 5 blocks last night though against K-State. So let's not sleep on that.
That's good.
What do you got for me on Hunter Dickinson, and do you think he has an NBA career ahead of him?
I think he does, because we said this before. He reminds me of Domantas Sabonis, the guy that tall, strong, really knows how to score down low, could shoot the three ball, and well, the free throw percentage is a head scratcher once again, like we said, but he'll figure it out in the NBA. Okay, the NBA is all about scoring. He's going to shoot 200 free throws at practice every single day, and he'll figure it out. So I think he can actually be pretty big in the NBA. Decent.
The Big 12's 2 leading scorers, Kevin McCullough, Hunter Dickinson, need them both. Need them both to be big. Hunter Dickinson, I was ecstatic when I saw he chose Kansas in the transfer portal, and you know, he's been soft sometimes, but he's had some big games too, and I look for a big March from Hunter Dickinson.
Don't sleep on Kansas. I know I shat on them earlier saying, oh, they could be a first rounder. Kansas knows how to win. Okay, they're not going to get upset, but McCullough needs to be there. That's all I got to say. They do
2 years. Just 2 years ago, a banner went up in the rafters. Okay, let's not. So we forget so soon.
Totally forgot. Okay. All right, everyone, real quick for the last Wooden Watch Award nominee of the year. Go ahead and take a seat. Put your feet up, relax, and understand that this guy is the best player in college basketball. Let me lead it off by saying Zach Edey is hands down the best player in college basketball. All right. Zach Edey is a senior center at my alma mater, Purdue University.
Alma mater.
This guy's 7'4", 300 pounds. Points per game. He's averaging 24.1, which apparently is second to what you were named, the guy that you named earlier. Rebounds per game, 11.7. That is third in the nation. Assists per game, 1.9. Field goal percentage, 62.3% from the field. That's 16th in the nation. Free throw percentage, he's shooting 71.5%. And blocks per game, 2.2, which is 23rd in the nation. Go Breezy. This guy is unstoppable. 62.3% from the field. Now, I know there's haters out there, Zach, that, you know, they say he's just a big goon.
Shout out Zach again.
Yeah, it's freaking Zach. They just say he's a big goon that shoots over everybody. If you think that, then you are not watching, once again, the best player in college basketball. This guy's footwork is outstanding. Did we all see when he took a 2-step spin layup against Illinois last night? Now, how in the hell do you stop a 300-pounder that can move like that?
Seriously.
This guy gets fouled more than anyone in the league, averaging getting hacked 9.5 times per game. Guys are literally hanging on him like monkeys in the jungle because they don't know how else to stop him from scoring an and one. Oh, and did I mention he can hit his free throws? Edey leads the league in free throw attempts. He hits them at a very solid average, once again, of 71.5%. Edey is not only the best basketball player right now, but he might very well be the best Purdue basketball player of all time. I know there's a big list, you know, John Wooden, Rick Mount, Joel Barry Carroll, and Glenn Big Dog Robinson, but he is at least in the conversation after winning last year's Player of the Year and looking for a repeat this season. Here's some stats, Cole Breezy, in case we were unaware, everyone out there. He currently is second all-time in scoring with 2,257 points, trailing Rick Mount, who has 2,323 points. That's only 66 points away from being the all-time leading scorer for Purdue. Huh?
Crazy.
Zach Edey is Purdue's all-time leading rebounder. Not surprising, but he is. 1,197 rebounds. He's also fourth all-time in blocks with 213. I mean, there's no way he's catching Joe Barry Carroll, who had 349 blocks. But a fun fact is that AJ Hammonds, he's second all-time in blocks with 343.
Really?
Yeah. How about that? Zach, we keep bringing Zach up, by the way. Zach and I used to talk with that guy regularly at the bars on campus. That guy was always getting drunk. But no wonder why Purdue basketball sucked that year. But really quick, let's just talk about the Purdue Boilers. All right. Purdue is third in the nation. They have the 8th best scoring offense. They're 14th in field goal percentage, 2nd in three-point percentage, 6th in free throw attempts per game, 5th in assists per game, and 9th in rebounds per game.
Wow.
This is an elite team with big dogs in Edey, Braden Smith, Lance Jones, and I'll even throw in Fletcher Lawyer, who had an incredible game last night, by the way. Look out for the train that's coming through on into March Madness. Doot, doot. The Boilers want redemption all the way to the championship, Cole Breezy. What do you got on the best player in college basketball, Zach Edey? What do you got, Cole Breezy?
The big man from Purdue, Zach Edey. He's going to be the first player to go back-to-back National Player of the Year awards since Ralph Sampson in 82, 83. Okay, it just doesn't happen. Okay, the fact that, a lot of National Player of the Years don't come back, but, Zach Edey comes back and looks like he's going to do it again. It's not a debate. I mean, when we did this draft, I think Kevin McCullough and Hunter Dickinson were up there top 3 with him, and there's no discussion with those guys against Zach Edey. Zach Edey is the Player of the Year. I said this a couple of weeks ago. Zach Edey is one of 3 Division I players all time to record 2,000 career points, 1,000 rebounds, 200 blocks, and shoot 60% from the floor. I didn't know who those other 2 guys were. You want to give it a shot, Max, or you want me to give it to you? The other 2 guys that have done this in their careers. Big men from the Big East.
Can I name one from is David Robinson on there?
David Robinson.
I knew David
Navy.
Robinson would be. He went all 4 years.
David Robinson from Navy is one of them.
Yeah,
one of them.
The Admiral.
I'm looking for a big man from the Big East.
Big man from the Big East. Damn.
Went on to coach his alma mater.
Oh, Patrick Ewing.
That's
another big name. Damn.
Zach Edey is the back-to-back Player of the Year. Right now, just to finish up on our Boilers talk, this is the first time Purdue has won consecutive Big Ten titles since they won 3 in a row from 94 to 96. Big dog Glenn Robinson was in there for the first one. This is also the first time a Big Ten team has won back-to-back outright Big Ten titles since Ohio State in 2006, 2007.
Go Boilers!
Anything else, Max, on your Boilers and Zach Edey, the National Player of the Year?
Yes, couple things. Went to the grocery store today, wearing my Purdue hat. Lady strolls up to me. She goes, well, oh, well. It's not every day that I see someone wearing a Purdue Boilers hat. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? She goes, you go to Purdue? I was like, I went to Purdue. How about you? She goes, yeah, me, my husband, and our son is graduating just this year. I go, hey, are you Purdue basketball fans? And she turns around and she goes, very. But I'll tell you, last year, my husband, he had to take a plane. He had to take a plane to come back home. He said he almost missed the plane. He said he almost. I have to reschedule my flight.
After the loss,
after the loss, then we just said Boiler up. There's Boiler fans all over the place, by the way. It's amazing. So let me a couple fun notes here. Purdue won a stunner last night against Illinois. That's how they won the Big Ten title for the second year in a row. They were losing 40-34 at halftime, but they came out on top. They came out of the locker room in the second half, and they just controlled the game. Okay,
nice.
Only 8 turnovers last night, Cole Breezy. 8 turnovers. Nice. Purdue is taking care of the ball.
Yeah,
the rebound margin, okay, what happened, by the way, because I know Illinois is supposed to be like one of the top rebounding teams. Purdue
Yeah.
had 31 rebounds, which is low for them. Illinois had 29. What the hell happened there?
Low pace of play, not a lot of possessions.
Yeah, I think so. Purdue shot 48.3% from the field, 56.3 from three-pointer.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. Zach Edey had 28 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. Cole Breezy, both of these blocks were off the backboard. And I don't
Nice.
know if there was one block that he had where I think he blocked Terrence Shannon.
Oh,
Blocked Terrence Shannon off the backboard, hits off the backboard, bounces on his head, and Cole Breezy, this confidence, it's not even cocky because he just knows how freaking good he is. Hits it, he bounces it off of his head, goes right to Braden Smith. Braden Smith takes it all the way down court for a Mason Gillis 3-pointer. It was
oh.
like I have
Great.
chills just thinking about that.
Easy, easy.
And it just how Edey walked down the court like, oh yeah, get the fuck out of here, and like, oh gosh, he's such a badass. Oh my goodness. Okay, Braden Smith, got to bring him up real quick, everyone. 13 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals last night. He broke Purdue's all-time single-season assist record last night.
Whoa.
He currently has the record by 5 with 212. Okay.
Whoa.
The previous guy, forgot his name, it was 207. He's gonna have Smith is gonna have. I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
I know. Braden Smith is the man. He had 2. By the way, Smith hit 2 huge 3-pointers that sealed the game last night. Cobrizi, I see a lot of shooters doing this these days. They do like the 3-pointers at their. What does that even mean?
Ice in their veins.
Ice in their veins.
Probably.
Okay,
Probably.
that's what I thought.
Everybody does it here too at the gym I work at. Fucking queefs.
Yeah. It's so funny. My wife, she actually said something really funny that I agree with her with. She's like, I hate when they do that. Like, what does that even mean? It looks like they're trying to inject heroin into their bloodstream. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, babe. Yeah.
I've never done it. I've never done it.
No, you won't see me doing that. Fletcher Loyer last night also had 16 points, 5 assists. Mason Gillis coming off the bench had 10.6 rebounds and a huge 3-pointer once again that I brought up. That 3-pointer is how Purdue took the lead and they controlled it after that. Purdue, oh my goodness, I'm so ecstatic about them going into this dance. Redemption is going to happen. We're going to expect big things in this tournament. I'm telling you right now.
I can't wait to see, Max. That's gonna be. I mean, that's the main. I think that's the main storyline for March Madness. Is can Purdue do what Virginia did? Virginia loses to the 16 seed UMBC, comes back the next year and wins it all. Can Purdue do that? I think that's the biggest storyline going into March Madness. We'll talk about that later, but I got my eyes on the Boilers, that's for sure, because they can win it all. I'll say it right now, they can win it all. They can win it all. I've said it. I feel like I've said that before on this podcast that they can win it all. I don't think that's breaking news for me. They'll be in that group of teams that I'll have that can cut down the nets for sure.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Boilers.
One more team we want to talk about here out of the Big 12, the BYU Cougars. They're sitting at 21-9 right now, 9-8 in the Big 12. So only one loss in non-conference. 8 of those 9 losses in the Big 12. They had won 3 of 4 and 5 of 7. They were really heating up coming into their game tonight at Iowa State. That's why I wanted to switch the schedule around a little bit, Max, because I was watching Iowa State here. Had them in the corner, and that baby was back and forth down to the wire. That's why I wanted to wait to talk, because it went final. BYU missed a 3 late. Iowa State grabbed the board. Foul goes up 2. They win by 5. So BYU goes into Iowa State up 13 at the half, 38-25. They scored 38 points at Iowa State in the first half, up 13. Blow this one in the second half. Iowa State, the Cyclones, they're now 18-0 at home. 18-0 at home. So people have not won there. Nobody's won there this year. Okay. So the fact that BYU had them down 13 at the half at Iowa State, coming off a win at Kansas, BYU, the Soakers, they're nobody to mess with. Okay. They got 5 guys averaging double figures led by senior Jackson Robinson. He's at 13.9 a game. They lead the Big 12 and are 17th nationally in scoring at 82.7 points per game. They make 11.3 threes per game. That leads the Big 12 and is tied for second in the nation.
Damn.
They attempt 32.3 threes per game. That leads the Big 12 and is second in the nation.
That's a lot of threes.
Living and dying by the three. They're averaging 39.9 rebounds per game. That leads the Big 12 and is top 20 in the nation. Averaging 18.9 assists per game. That is third in the nation. And they only get their shot blocked 2.2 times per game. They're finishing at the rim, tied for third in the nation. Biggest thing here that's going to be a factor for the BYU Cougars, free throws, the free throw game. We've been talking about free throws a lot tonight, it feels like. They're last in the Big 12 in free throw makes per game and free throw attempts per game. They're spending all, five out, everybody chucking. So that's why they're not getting their shot blocked either. Okay. Let's look at their big wins. Excuse me. BYU has beaten San Diego State this year by 9. They beat Iowa State by 15 in the game at BYU. They beat Cyclones by 15 at home.
Okay.
Beat Baylor at home by 7 and won at Kansas by 8. Those are 4 solid resume-building wins.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the BYU Soakers, and what seed are you going to give them?
They're definitely in the dance. I think these guys are. Give them at least an 8. I think they can squeeze in there for an 8. Yeah, maybe they get the 9 seed, whatever. But I think
ranked number 20 right now. I think you're sleeping on them.
I'm sorry. I did not know they're going to drop after losing to Iowa State, but
got the
probably a 7 or something. They're up there.
Got the 9th ranked offense according to Ken Palm. They're 12th at the net. They got a couple good computer numbers. BYU, if they get hot in March, if they get hot in the tournament, my goodness. I mean, they launch over 32 threes per game. If they're hitting half of those, that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
You're not going to take them into the Sweet 16. Is that what I hear?
Oh, we'll see matchups. We'll definitely see matchups. For sure. But the fact that these guys don't get to the free throw line, that is so big in March Madness. It's so big. You need to get to the free throw line. You need to get fouled, and you need to make them. Okay, you gotta force teams to foul you. Okay, you gotta get that.
You need to score when the clock stopped and nobody's guarding you. Simple. Speaking about matchups, we got 3 game picks to make here quickly, Max. All 3 juicy ones coming this Saturday. All 3 of them rematches from Saturday, February 3rd. So about a month ago. All three of these matchups were on February 3rd also. First game, Saturday, 2 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN. We got the 14th ranked Jayhawks of Kansas going on the road to take the top ranked team in the nation.
Oh, baby.
The Cougars of Houston. Okay. Kansas, they're 22-8, 10-7 in the Big 12. Houston is 27-3, 14-3 in the Big 12. This game on February 3rd, the first matchup at Kansas, the Jayhawks got them 78-65. They put up some historic shooting numbers against the Cougars. Kelvin Sampson didn't have any answers that day. Let's talk about Kansas first. The Jayhawks, they're 3-3 in their last 6 and 4-4 in their last 8. Win 1, lose 1, lose 1, win 1. They lost at Baylor Saturday by 8. But then they smacked rival Kansas State last night by 22. Kansas is led by the Big 12's 2 leading scorers, in Kevin McCullough at 19.1 a game and Hunter Dickinson at 18.2 points per game. Bill Self. Okay, we talk about Kansas. Kansas is 10-7 in the Big 12. 10-7. Bill Self. He's had 4 Division I jobs: Oral Roberts, Tulsa, Illinois, and Kansas. Bill Self has never lost 7 conference games in a season.
Oh.
At any of those schools. Any of his coaching careers, he has never lost 7 conference games in a season. And he has also never finished lower than the top 3 in the conference standings. Right now, tied for 4th with Texas Tech. Kansas has some work to do. 8 losses overall, 7 in the conference. That speaks to the Big 12. Real quickly, what do you think about those numbers for Bill Self?
To be honest, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. He's the best coach in college basketball. I think that's all I got to say.
Houston, they've won 8 straight and 13 of 14 after winning at UCF tonight and a huge Jamal Shed buzzer beater at Oklahoma Saturday. You know, Jamal Shed, he misses a runner, and then it rolls to him. He gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Cougars win. That one loss of those 13 out of 14, let's not forget, it was at Kansas, February 3rd. Houston, they clinched a share of the Big 12 title with a win tonight over UCF. They have 3 guys averaging double figures, led by senior LJ Cryer at 15.5 points per game. They're number 1 at KenPom, number 1 defensively at KenPom, number 1 in the net. Is there any way in hell you're going to take the Kansas Jayhawks to knock off Houston at home?
I mean, if there was a way, yeah. If there was a way, but I'm not going that way. Not taking it. I am going Houston. I'm going the Cougars at home because they proved me wrong all season long. Ever since the beginning of the season, they proved me wrong. I'm sticking with them. I'm not going that way. Go Breezy. Are you going against your Kansas Jayhawks against the number 1 team?
Yeah, and I don't want to spend any time talking about it because it hurts me. Okay, Kansas.
Second week in a row.
I don't see my Jayhawks getting this one done at home. But Houston, I think they got a 1 seed locked in. I think they could lose this game and still have a 1 seed. But Houston, they're damn good, impressing us both, no doubt about it. Cougars at home with you. Next game on Saturday, also at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. You got to have a double scrappy for this one on CBS. The 15th ranked Wildcats of Kentucky are going to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers ranked 4th.
That's good.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Kentucky sit at 22-8 overall, 12-5 in the SEC. Tennessee is 24-6 overall, 14-3 in the SEC. These 2 teams played back on February 3rd at Kentucky. Tennessee got them 103-92. High score here, 103-92. Tennessee got them. This matchup is going to feature the SEC's 2nd and 3rd leading scorers in Dalton Connect and Antonio Reeves. Let's look at Kentucky here. They've won 4 in a row and 6 of 7 after hanging 111 on Arkansas Saturday and beating Vandy by 16 tonight. They have 6 100-point games on the season. That is tied for the most under John Calipari at Kentucky. 6 100-point games. Let me just double check. They scored 93 tonight. So yeah, 6 100-point games for Kentucky. That's the most under Calipari at Kentucky. They have 5 guys averaging double figures, led by senior Antonio Reeves at 20 per game. Tennessee has won 7 straight and 9 of 10 after winning at Alabama 81-74, then winning at South Carolina tonight 66-59. Held South Carolina 59 on their home floor.
Damn.
Tennessee clinched a share of the SEC with that win tonight. They have 3 guys averaging double figures, led by senior Dalton Connect at 20.6 per game. You know, we got Purdue, Houston, and UConn in no specific order. I think that is universally your top seeds. There leaves 1 spot left. Are you going to give that to Tennessee right now? And do you see them taking down Kentucky at home?
I don't know if it's just this vibe that I feel here in Tennessee, but I think the Volunteers are going to take that number 4. I think they'll be the last team to slip in. I mean, the other teams are UNC, maybe Arizona. I think those are
UNC, Arizona, Marquette.
Marquette. Tyler Kolek is done until the dance.
I think Tennessee's better than those teams.
I think so too. I think they're going to squeeze in there, and I'm definitely still taking them at home, taking them against Kentucky. It's going to be a great game. It might be, again, over 100 points because Kentucky doesn't play any defense. They have such a great offense, but they don't play defense. So the teams are just allowed to score, and then they score. But Tennessee's got a good defense. They got a great defense. So I got Tennessee at home, baby. Let's go Volunteers.
According to KenPom, Tennessee has the 3rd ranked defense, whereas Kentucky has the 8th ranked offense. So it's gonna be offense versus defense in this one for sure. So, but we're both on the balls in Knoxville. I don't know if I said that or not, but I'm going Kentucky. I'm not sure if I said that, Max, but Kentucky, like you said, is not playing any defense. According to KenPom, 93rd defensively. That's not going to get it done against Dalton Connect at home. Okay,
no way.
Rick Barnes, I think we have a lot of respect for Rick Barnes.
Oh yeah,
he's a better coach than Calipari. I'll go on record saying that, no doubt.
No championship. That's the one thing. But Calipari had an all-star team, of NBA players.
An NBA all-star team,
Yeah.
Top 2 picks in the draft. Last game we want to talk about this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Also on Saturday, 4:30 Mountain Time on ESPN. Oh, my goodness. We got a blue blood battle. Top 10 matchup. The 7th-ranked Tar Heels of North Carolina are going to Duke to play the 9th-ranked Blue Devils. Oh. These are by far the 2 best teams in the ACC. UNC, the Tar Heels, they win the ACC outright with a win in this game, okay? But if Duke wins, they share it, boys. Got to share. Got to share if Duke wins here.
Okay.
These 2 teams played back on February 3rd in North Carolina, in Chapel Hill. The Tar Heels got them 93-84. UNC, they've won 5 straight after beating North Carolina State by 9 and throttling my Irish by 33 last night. That was an ass beat. They got 4 guys averaging double figures, led by senior R.J. Davis with the ACC leading 21.5 points per game. They actually have the 6th-ranked defense, according to KenPom. They're 10th in the net, 8th overall at KenPom. Some solid numbers. Duke, they've won 3 in a row and 8 of 9 after whipping Virginia by 25 and winning at North Carolina State by 15. They've got 5 guys averaging double figures, led by sophomore big man Kyle Filipowski, averaging 16.5 per game. Duke, they got the 7th-ranked offense, according to KenPom, 9th in the net, 7th overall at KenPom. The North Carolina and Duke, they're back-to-back in a few of these metrics. They're back-to-back. Like, this is a toss-up. Max, is this the best rivalry in college basketball, and who the fuck you picking in this one?
Ooh, probably. I'm biased. I love watching Purdue versus IU, but it's not like it was in a series this year. Okay, Purdue railed them by 30 on both of them.
IU got both of them.
Blood all over their shirts, IU. Blood all over the shirts. IU sucks. But
just to shout out my Hoosier fans, they got them. They got the Boilers both times last year. Okay,
we lead the series. We lead the series 124-92. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's exactly what it is. So suck on that one, IU. Suck on it. Suck on it hard.
Back to the Tar Heels and Blue Devils.
I'm getting all fired up. Okay.
And get some water in you. Jeez.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah. UNC versus Duke. It's so much fun. I love watching them play against each other. Always got to have it on your TV. As far as what the pick, I'm going UNC. I think UNC is the better team. It's going to be a tight one. It's going to go down to the last minute. No doubt in my mind. Expect the ball to be in the hands of R.J. Davis, potentially driving down the lane to give Armando Bacot the game-winning dunk. I wouldn't doubt that. That's all I got to say. UNC, I think they're going to take down their rival Duke.
The 2 best teams in the ACC here. At KenPom, Duke is 7th, UNC is 8th. In the net, Duke is 9th, UNC is 10th. 7th-ranked offense for Duke, 6th-ranked defense for North Carolina. I mean, this is a toss-up if I've ever seen one. This is a toss-up if I've ever seen one right here. And you know me, I like to lean the home team in these toss-ups. Do I think North Carolina is the better team? Like if they beat in that ACC title game on a neutral court, I'd probably be going the Tar Heels with that experience, the veteran leadership. Because Duke is young. Duke is really young. They're a little banged up. You know, they've had Tyrese Proctor has been in and out. But I'm going the Blue Devils here on senior night. You know, Ryan Young's a senior. I think Jeremy Roach is a senior, so maybe they have big games. I'm going the Blue Devils at home. I got to go off you here, Max. I think this is the by far the best rivalry in college basketball. Yeah. I don't think it's an argument. You know, you threw out Purdue, Indiana, and I mean, throw it in the comments, people out there. Throw it in the comments.
Let's hear it.
You think the best rivalries in college basketball are, because UCLA, USC would have been one for you out there in the West Coast, but you know, your state schools, but not many out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Max, that's gonna do it this week for the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Oh my goodness, what a filled episode here. We were trying to keep it a little shorter. Today, but it kind of is.
I mean, we're right an hour.
Shorter than
usual.
An hour.
That's good. We did a decent job.
But the main reason we were trying to keep it a little quicker this week was because next week we got a huge week, Max. This is arguably the biggest week of our podcast, outside the NFL, previewing those divisions. But next week, we're going to do 7 mini pods. 7. We're going to be breaking down each tournament, going through the brackets of the ACC, the Big 12, the Big East, the Big Ten, the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that because we've never done it. We've never done that yet. Can't wait.
The Pac-12 and the SEC, those are all starting next week. ACC and Big 12 on Tuesday, the other 5 on Wednesday. And like you said, Max, you're pumped for the Mountain West Conference podcast. I'm pumped too, because we got a special guest coming on, starting small forward for the Wyoming Cowboys, Kenny Foster, okay, from right here in Colorado. Can't wait to have this guy come on, give us an inside scoop on the Mountain West. What do you think about that, Max?
That's so exciting. We actually have college basketball player playing at Wyoming is in the Mountain West. He knows the players. He's played against the guys that we've been
knows
talking
them
about.
better than us. Knows them way better than us.
Yes, and I can't wait to hear his input on how he feels about the Mountain West and how he feels about his Wyoming Cowboys.
Yeah. They gotta make a run. They gotta make a run.
They could still do it. Do it. Okay. Sure. Cinderellas happen every single year, everybody. This is the beauty of the dance, the beauty of March Madness. Oh man, I just want to go dancing. I want to go dancing, Cold Breezy.
Well, it is March. Get out your dancing shoes. Get out your slippers. But we also hit a huge milestone on the podcast this week on YouTube. Max, you want to tell the people about that milestone?
Yes. First of all, thank you, everybody, for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast tonight. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your subscriptions. We have broke 800 subscribers. I think that was over 100 since last week. So if I'm not mistaken, hell yeah. Also, thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments.
500,000 views on YouTube, by the way.
We broke over 500K. 500K. The comments have gotten so overwhelming. I'm sorry if I don't comment back because there's too many comments now. There's too many. I don't know. Like just talk amongst each other. Talk amongst each other, everyone, because I'm not going to answer 100-something comments. Okay, I'm not doing it anymore. It used to be fun.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Definitely keep it coming. Okay, if we respond, we'll get to you. Hopefully. But for the most part, it's getting overwhelming. But we love it. We just love the support, everyone, and thank you. Please follow us. So please continue to subscribe on YouTube. We're also on iHeartRadio. We're also on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Don't forget. So please.
Just barking over here.
Okay. That's sort of what that was. I couldn't be more grateful for this podcast, Go Breezy. It's really, really moving in the right direction, and just talking sports with you every single week, tossing out videos every single day. I mean, it's a dream coming true.
Hey,
in March.
No doubt about it. It's a dream come true, and I thank you, Max, for all your hard work and definitely doing this. One episode a week is one of the highlights of my week. Definitely look forward to it every time. And thank you so much for everybody coming out and liking and commenting. Keep it coming. And like we said, we got some. It's not only Kenny Foster coming on from Wyoming next week. We got an Iowa State representative. We got a Maryland representative coming on for the Big Ten. We got a few guests coming on next week. A couple guys that if you've been with us for a year now, you saw them last year, but they'll be coming back on. And really looking forward to next week, Max. We're in March. We're in grind time, baby. It's bracket mode.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to fill out that bracket. I can't wait to get my note cards out. Make sure I got to buy a new pen set. I got to buy a bunch of new pens. I got to make sure I don't run out of ink. Okay,
coordinate.
I got to put ice on my wrist to get my wrist guard on. Get a brace on to keep it straight because I don't want no carpal tunnel. Okay, I can't be writing my cards with my left hand. I'm not ambidextrous. Okay, I can't be doing that shit. Yeah, I know people that are ambidextrous. That's so impressive. That's so impressive. You can jerk off with both hands. It's very impressive.
I was thinking of shooting a basketball with both hands.
Yeah.
Remember AC Law for Texas A&M? He shot his twos and his layups with his right hand, but when he took his threes, he shot it with his left.
Impressive. Yeah. Well, that's
We'll see everybody next week. Can't wait to talk to you.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Don't tell your mom about this. Don't
tell
dare
her.
tell your mama about this.
Don't tell mama.
My goodness.